In part 2 of Components of a College Degree, I'm going to talk about common routes for graduating in 4 years, as well as how to understand credit hours and course numbering. This slide shows a couple of different ways that you could plan out your classes in order to graduate in 4 years. This can be done by taking 15 credit hours each fall and each spring while taking the summer off from classes, or it can be done by taking 12 credit hours each fall and each spring and 6 credit hours over the summer. You could also mix things up and take 12 credit hours in the fall, 15 in the spring, and 3 over the summer, etc. The goal is to earn 30 credit hours each year. A credit hour gives you an idea of how much time you should plan to spend on a class, between time spent in the class, time spent preparing for the class through readings and assignments, and time spent studying for the class. Each credit hour should equate to about 3 hours per week spent on the class during a normal 15-week term, such as the full fall and spring semesters. So, if you were to take 12 credit hours in a semester, what the university considers full-time, you should expect to spend 36 hours per week working on your schoolwork. If you take 15 credit hours in a semester, you should expect to spend 45 hours per week working on your schoolwork, or basically more than a full-time job. If you have scholarships or financial aid that require you to be a full-time student, you will need to enroll in at least 12 credit hours during fall and spring semesters. We recommend that first-year students take no more than 16 credit hours a semester, and all students are restricted from taking more than 18 credit hours in a semester. Something to keep in mind if you are considering summer classes is that they often move at a faster pace than fall and spring semester classes. For example, many summer classes are only 5 weeks in length. However, they still cover the same amount of material as the class taught in the fall or spring. So, because a summer class is 1/3 the length of a fall or spring class, you should expect to cover 3 weeks of material in 1 week. This means that on one 3 credit hour class over the summer, you should expect to spend 27 hours per week on schoolwork. This slide will help you understand course numbering. Each course at UA Little Rock will have a title, such as College Algebra, but it will also have a shorthand for the course that will include a 4-letter department or subject code, such as Math, and a 4-digit course number, like 1302. At UA Little Rock, the course number will tell you a fair amount about the course. The first digit will tell you the level of the course. If the first digit is 1, like it is here, it means this class is generally appropriate for a first-year student. If the first digit were 2, it would be most appropriate for a sophomore, someone who had already earned between 30 and 59 credit hours. If the first digit were 3, it would be most appropriate for a junior, someone who had already earned between 60 and 89 credit hours. If the first digit were a 4, it would be most appropriate for a senior, someone who had already earned at least 90 credit hours. 3,000 and 4,000 level classes are considered upper level classes. The second digit in the course number tells you how many credit hours the class is worth. This class is worth 3 credit hours. The most common number of credit hours for a course is 3, though some courses may be worth more or fewer credit hours. The last 2 digits are for departmental use and do not necessarily communicate anything specific to the student, except to differentiate one class from another. Now that you know a bit about your degree requirements and the course numbering system, you will be able to take a more active role in your advising appointments. The next video will go over some UA Little Rock academic policies.